New episode of Score Sheet. Today our episode is going to be totally dedicated to one, in my humble opinion, the most important and in the same time enjoyable sports we have, artistic swimming. And guess what? We are not here only to say that we do have a national team and we do have such players or athletes, to be accurate, who are on top of the African level, but we are going to say congratulations to them because they booked their ticket to Paris 2024. All the details right after the short break. Mermaids, sea creatures, they belong to the water, but simply they reach this kind of synchronization and harmony after long hours of very exhausting training. And just to understand each other while training only via eye looks, because after that they are not going even to enjoy that, this is another stage. We are very much delighted to have the one behind the camera and two of our mermaids. Let me first welcome my dear guests live here in the studio. Iman Aram, the head of the technical committee of artistic swimming in the Egyptian Federation.
Yes.
And we do have Hannah and Malak, two of our athletes. I'm really that thrilled to have them here in the studio, and if you permit me, I'm going to start with the one behind the camera. Iman, of course, congratulations to qualify to Paris 2024. But before going into the details and to the long road to Paris 2024, have you expected that this is going to happen and we are going that easy to book our ticket to the coming big event?
Well, actually, I believe that it would have been done happen because we are well prepared. We had a great preparation, and we've had enough time to be well qualified. The issue is that the qualification this time is after a victory of winning places in the first 12 countries or the best 10 in the world, which is the first time in history for Egypt to be done like that. Because
No, again, we are now in the top 10?
in the top 10 and top 12, yeah.
Top 10 and top 12 worldwide, not on the African level.
Yeah, worldwide.
I'm going to return to that because, of course, at the African level, it's great to be always on top, but to take into consideration that it should not only be our measurement or our
Exactly.
criteria, this is another story. As far as I know, Hannah, that this is going to be your second Olympic Games.
Yes.
First, again, have you expected that this is going to happen? And tell me about your preparations, mentally and physically.
Of course, we work extremely hard to prepare both mentally, physically, in every aspect of our lives, since training does take a huge chunk of our everyday life. So preparing mentally and trying to balance out our studies with training is a challenge that we face, and it's something that comes with the sport and that we're all ready to do. Whenever we enter the national team, we all have one goal, and we sacrifice a lot to achieve.
This is something which we are going to discuss in detail, but tell me, when you started your mission as an Olympic team athlete, I mean, to shoulder this responsibility of having the Egyptian flag on your shoulders, when?
Of course, it all started, for me at least, before Tokyo, the last Olympic Games. When we qualified, it was such a huge responsibility.
How old were you by then?
At that time, I was 19. So it was a huge responsibility for us as a team to be able to represent Egypt on the biggest stage in the world.
So you are going to convey this experience to Malek,
yes,
and the two
exactly.
others, because Malek, thank you of course very much for being with us and to qualify to the Olympics and to know that you are going to represent Egypt in the Olympics. This is another story. Tell me, before going into details, how was it? I mean, how have you felt when you know that, oh, we are going to be in Paris and we're going to represent Egypt in the Olympics, and this time maybe we are going to achieve better results, or we should do that. Tell me all what was going on when you know that this is going to be your next step, inshallah.
It was a dream for me. It was like very very
Yes, go ahead. I know it's first time on camera.
yes.
Great, but it's not going to be the last, believe it or no. And next time you're going to return back with medals. I know that.
Yes.
In Paris, where the Olympic Games is different than any other experience. Preparations. Have you imagined that this is going to be the end of it?
Yes, I really in my bucket list and in my notes, I really write I really write it on every note that one day I will be in an Olympics.
Yeah,
and
great.
Also it was very tough in the training, and it was very hard throughout every training. We have to sacrifice a lot.
A lot.
Yes.
Who's your role model, Malek?
Uh,
Whether Egyptian or foreigner, of course.
Yes, foreigner was Andrea Fiontes. It's an American coach, head coach of USA national team. And in Egypt, Farida Osman.
Great.
And Mohamed Salah also.
Great.
Yes.
I hope that you are going to achieve many of their successes and also exceed what they have done.
Yes.
Iman, it's not anymore synchronized swimming. It's
Yes.
artistic swimming.
Yes.
Why? And all what I knew also that a lot of rules have been changed.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is or this made the game easier or harder, and how we coped with that.
First of all, they changed the name into artistic swimming because it takes a big part of artistic impression to perform the elements that we call it the dance or the routine to show people how we can swim or dancing with the music by swimming. So artistic swimming is more kind of convenient for the audience to see dancing on the or swimming on the music. Changing the rules is the first time to be applied in that World Aquatic Championship because we used to have judgment throughout just judges giving their opinion on what they see. But now it is more measurable, like dividing the judgment into three
Sets.
criterias, like judges who gives marks for the elements, the hybrids that we call elements. Then others gives marks for the artistic impression, how well and how artistically they perform the routine. The last thing, which is the most new stuff, is the controllers. We didn't have before somebody called controllers. Now we have judges, 3 judges sitting as controllers that are not judges. They are controllers. Those people are there to verify that every routine is being swum or being performed according to the coach card that the coach has written. Because every coach gives out before the competition a coach card, like a routine written, and the controllers kept reading what they're doing there is what is written here.
Is implemented.
Is it
that
done or not?
accurately? Yeah.
Exactly. And he's very, they are tough. So this kills many people. Like what? It's not, I don't mean killing by killing them, but because sometimes the coaches write high difficulty level of performance, which the swimmers cannot do. And this is a kind of, why did you write difficult stuff and you are doing an easy stuff? So when they do such a thing, they take kind of, we call it base mark, they cut the value of the difficulty into half the quantity.
But I think that this is also implemented in gymnastics.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah. They start, you're correct. They started to do the same thing.
And they started to do the same with
what we call
artistic
dancing
swimming.
on ice, is there a game?
Skateboarding.
Yeah,
Skateboarding or skating.
They
Yeah.
started to do the same thing.
Yep.
Like, and this gives, honestly, a very great opportunity for people who were not well known, but they are doing well.
Let's be that frank.
Yeah.
Is it more fair?
More fair. It
More
is.
fair.
Yeah,
So-
it puts us there. Also, we've been good years ago, but this is the first time to be ranked as one of the 10 top
110 and
countries.
one of the 12, yes.
Yeah.
We are good since Sufi Sarwat, may God,
Yes.
may she rest in peace.
Yes.
She was the one.
reminded
who,
her.
She was the one who
Yeah.
started synchronized swimming by then, and she decided that it's going to enter Egypt,
She
and she
started
did.
it.
She started a long journey.
Yeah.
But this is making the game more enjoyable or less enjoyable, more tough or less tough, I mean, for the athletes. How have you received the changes?
I mean, of course, it's always going to be tough, but adapting to the new rules was a huge challenge of ours. The federation provided us with an expert from Canada. She came at the beginning and helped our team kind of adapt and get used to and introducing us to the new rules by choreographing a few of the routines that we had. And then when she left, that's when our coaches started to train us, and we started to get used to everything. But I think we really got used to it when the competition here in Egypt in Suma Bay
It took
happened.
time, or it was just like that?
No, it took a lot of time.
Great. Our coaches, they are Egyptians, or we do have a mix between Egyptians and
Well,
foreigners?
Mainly Egyptian, but we have kind of support from a Canadian expert who's developing countries, and she helped us a great deal, actually. She's been monitoring us all the way through, on air, online. But she came to Egypt twice before the World Cup in Soma Bay this year. This was also a success point, which put the team on the victory, because in Soma Bay World Cup, We won the second medal. We won the silver medal
After?
after who? After Italy. But in this competition, we beat Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Malak, again, first, who is the one responsible for choosing the music?
Aziza and us also we choose it together. Yes, Aziza sent us the music and then we choose it together. And there was
Between you
very
and me, we're not going to tell anyone. If there is a piece of music which you really don't like and you don't know how you are gonna act, let's say act on them or to perform the moves, how would you do? Maybe we can change this.
Yes,
You do that?
I asked Aziza to change it a little bit or to make another move or to do another one that maybe will be better on us all like this.
But let me tell you that when we choose the music, we take their opinion in it.
Great.
Like we have
Yes.
many pieces and we start listening this and that, trying to think of which one is better. Then we decided.
According to what?
According to the music that really inspires, I guess the.
No, I mean
choreography.
it's Oriental, Western, both together. You can have the mix. What?
It depends.
It depends, I guess, on the theme.
Depends on the choreography we do. It's like we choose first the theme and then
Yeah,
we
the
act
theme.
and yes, the theme is more important than the music. We choose in the like the acrobatic. We choose the one the Africans and like
The Lion King?
Lion King. Yes, that's why and
Simba is my favorite.
yes.
Yeah.
That was the acrobatic theme.
Huh?
And for technical team, we choose the
For you, Nala, I think it's not Simba, it's Nala.
Yes, Nala.
Okay.
Nala. And for the technical team, we choose the guitar and
Great.
violin. Yes, mix between guitar and violin.
Great. But regarding this, as people are saying, you should have a very delicate musical ear and to know well that this is going to be your life for the coming period of time.
Yeah.
Have you adapted for that easy or it came just like that?
I think it came by practice ever since we were young. But of course, having a musical ear is always kind of gonna have to be pushed back a little bit because we're 8 people in one team. So we rely mostly on counting, on the counts that
Yep.
we do on the music.
8 people in one team. This for me frightening, and to know that it should appear on camera as one girl and her shadow. This needs a lot of effort.
Yeah.
Yes.
How have you accepted that this is going to be your goal and to achieve it on the ground? I mean, you are far from the I was going to see the sea, far from water. You are that close together. You are just like a big family. Tell me about you together outside the pool.
Yes, we managed to hang out more, to have time together, to understand each other and how to make it understanding in the water, like to do
Landry?
yes, landry, many landrils. Like it's our best decision to do landry. It's like
Malak,
it's many reasons.
tell you what, you are a beauty.
Thank
Say it the way you like. Iman, when it comes to people behind the camera, they may be feeling that pressure even more than the girls in the water.
Yeah.
And to have this kind of psychological treatment for the girls, I mean, to how to deal with a girl who had an injury, God forbids, how to deal with girls when they are exposed to unfair judges, how to deal with girls when they are into a championship and they were not that ready, to prevent any kind of frustration or depression to them. What do you do? How do you deal with the hard circumstances or difficult situations?
Well, from the very beginning, when we start the beginning, we start as not friends at all, but we are friends. We talk to them together a lot. We give them time to, sometimes we do kind of life coaching sessions with them. Sheila, the expert, used to sit with them, let them write down on a piece of paper what do they think, what are their imagination, what is their expectation, what do they need, what do they want to reach from the coming step. So writing this stuff on papers and realizing it step by step was one of the reasons of their success actually. For life coaching them is very important, and we do life coach because Malak, they've been the duet actually, and they did great, but Malak was frightened like hell. But you know, I remember that I called the life coach of the team on phone before the performance, and she sat with Malak on phone almost an hour talking to her. Malak supposed to be in the Olympics in
Last
Japan,
time.
the last time,
In Tokyo.
but she had an injury, but she couldn't go. But this time now she has to make it or not. For the life coach,
And you did it.
yeah, thank God. Yes, she did it. I got frightened, but we honestly, sport is difficult. This sport especially is difficult. But we are tough like men, while during performance.
You're a tough what?
Like men. We are tough. When we go to the competition,
better.
we are men.
And you're stronger.
We do.
And you're more resilient and more determined.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, I will say yes, we are.
Yes.
So she's been frightened, but when she talked to the life coach, she started to feel calm, and we kept telling her, do what has been done in training. Just go like the train. It is like the training because during training, we kill them by repeating.
Sure.
To synchronize their fingers should be synchronized. See how long does it take us to have their eye looking, their hands, anything you can see has to be synchronized. It took us time and time to make it happen. Therefore, that's a tough sport.
It is.
It is.
Hannah, you do have a very busy schedule. And I don't know how your time management is going on, of course. But to go from a continent to the other and to participate in many competitions a year, how have you managed that? I mean, how much time did it take to tell yourself that this is my life and I'm going to continue this way? And as you've kindly mentioned in your speech or in answering one of my questions regarding the sacrifices, have you thought it once, oh, why I'm sacrificing that much? Why I'm continuing this way? I should stop when I'm going to just leave all of this and return back to the ordinary life of other girls in my age. Tell me what's in your mind.
I think every single professional athlete goes through some time in their life when they have doubts in what they're doing because of the hardships that we go through. But to get through that, or for me at least, I kind of remind myself of why I did it in the first place. Like, why am I doing this right now? For example, because I want to go to Paris 2024. I want our team to be able to get a higher ranking, to do much better, to make more history. So I think anytime I think anything negative about my lifestyle, or when I'm studying and when I don't sleep because I need to do whatever, I'm like, I'm doing this because
it's love.
yes, out of love for
Passion.
the sport. Exactly.
Addiction.
Yes.
I think you cannot live that far from water anymore.
Yes.
You really became mermaids.
Yes. And just a fire inside of all of us.
Let me look at
pushing
your
us.
feet. No, it's feet. Okay. Anyways,
Yes. So, and also we're all kind of used to it. Like whenever we have.
used to it is something.
Yeah.
And when you see your comrades or the girls in your age going hang out with friends far from your teammates, to go in a vacation with your family, for example, no, I do have a training session. No, I should be here. No, I should focus on that. No, I should keep my weight. I should not gain weight. I cannot eat much chocolate. I should be on this kind of diet all the time. This is very strict.
Yes.
Have you said to yourself that this is going to be only for a short period of time and I'm going to quit, or no, this is my passion and I will continue?
Yes, it's always been my passion, and I'm always gonna continue. And I've been disciplined like that throughout ever since I started training. For a year, it's very
Since
strict.
years ago.
Yes, since I
It
started,
became the
like,
routine.
it's very
the
routine.
life. It's
When
the
we take a short period of time, for example, out of the water, I miss it. I
Yeah.
wanna go back to
This is
train.
it.
Like,
I said
get
it.
bored.
Yes.
They turn to be
It's-
mermaids.
Mermaids, yes.
They turn to be mermaids.
Yes. All of us outside of the water. even.
Is it the federation who choose for the girls what competition they are going to participate in, or based on the points they are going to collect, for example, to raise the ranking or stuff like that?
No, it's the federation's business.
Responsibility?
Like the committee who's responsible for this sport is the one to ask to join such a competition. But when it comes to World Cup competitions, World Championships, Olympics, it is the federation business that we have to abide to, and we go to any kind of those competitions.
Look at my eyes and repeat after me. I'm going to go to Paris.
I'm going to go to Paris.
I'm going to achieve a lot.
I'm going to achieve a lot.
Inshallah, I'm going to return with a medal.
Inshallah, I'm going to return with a medal.
Yeah.
This is going to be my passion.
This is going to be my passion.
I swear to God.
I swear to God.
Okay. Iman,
Lovely.
again, because this is very important. All the athletes I'm honored to be now, they are now my friends. And I think it's a privilege to have them in many episodes of Score Sheet for I think 10 years right now. They all said that if time goes back, they are going to repeat what they've done.
Yes.
And all the pressures they had or the tensions they forget whenever they start a training session or going into competition. They forget all about the surroundings and just focus on that.
It's true.
How to reach this point with our athletes?
Well, it is coming from the very beginning when they start to play, even when they were 6, 7 years old. We start to teach them this during the club's competition, the national competitions. Day by day and year after year, they get trained to be focused, oriented. There is a swim to do, then they are totally
Iman, let me
inside.
put my question in other words. You know, there are players who can be only amateurs. And there are others who can bear the responsibility of being a pro and bear the burdens of a pro. What's the criteria? What's the difference?
The difference is like, for example, Hannah, she did join the Olympics once. Why does she want to make it another time? Because she became a professional. She's still an amateur, but she is kind of a professional now. She is willing to reach higher and higher, you know. So this professionalism comes from her. We don't push any swimmer. We just keep holding the backs to keep doing the game. But if anyone wants to quit, we don't push to have them keeping doing it. Accordingly, professionalism comes from them. Being amateur, every swimmer is an amateur, or every player is an amateur till he or she decided to be on a higher level of professional. What is it?
Professionalism. Your family, because the families, they are really playing such a big role. Tell me the first impression when your mom and dad saw you performing.
It was, she was astonished. She was astonished of how I perform and how I go there and the journey I went through. It was like a dream for her. She was when I
You
come
joined
back.
artistic swimming after being a swimmer or gymnastic player or what?
No, I joined it first in the artistic swimming, and then I played both swimming and artistic swimming, and then I chose artistic swimming.
Great. And what about you, Hannah?
I joined gymnastics first, and I just dabbled in a lot of sports at first, and then I settled on artistic swimming pretty early on.
When was the turning point? When you've said, this is a question for both of you, when you said that, no, I'm going to focus on artistic swimming because this is my passion. When?
I think when I was like 7.
Only 7.
Yes.
Oh.
I was like,
I think 12 after two national championships.
And when was your first championship outside Egypt?
She's been too young when she started.
Yes, I was. I think I was 13, or
Yeah.
yes, I was 13, and it was just the Common Mediterranean Cup in 2015.
Common
it was-
Mediterranean Cup. I mean,
It was just like
it was such an easy competition.
no, it wasn't. Of
And
course,
we
it
won a
was
medal.
big back then.
Is that time when we won a medal?
No.
No, we
It was
didn't.
not.
But we did do very, very well in the competition, and I was also one of the youngest in
Yeah,
the
she
team,
was
so
the
it was
youngest.
it was a huge achievement for me at the time. I was
Duet or team? Which is easier?
Easier? Team.
Team easier.
Yes.
Your opinion?
I don't know. I feel each one has its own challenges, but I guess team might be a bit easier because duet it's only two people
only
to
two
focus
people, yes.
on.
Because
So-
the team, 8 swimmers are holding each other. So they are supporting each other. Having 8 together as one hand is lighter on the soul than having two
True.
doing very clear. Any mistake would be so clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who are the heavyweight names in Africa right now in artistic swimming, Iman?
Egypt.
Rather than, of course, Egypt, it goes without saying.
It's South Africa.
Okay.
This is the country.
No Arab countries?
Yeah, there is. They started. It's Morocco.
Morocco.
Yes.
Morocco?
They started with a swimmer who's living in USA, and she swam in the competition, the solo, and she did very well also.
Great. Yeah. And what about the heavyweight names in outside Egypt? I mean, your role models, because I mean, your generation is that lucky. You can just on YouTube like that and look for who is participating in this competition and what about their routine, what they have done. I'm sorry, and to study what they have done and to. I think you do dream with them when you
Yes.
sleep.
Yes,
Tell
of
me
course.
about the heavyweight names and which of these you really admire.
Now there's no heavy names. It's like every competition because of the new system,
Yeah.
scoring system. It's like every event there is
A
new
new one.
names.
Yeah, the new system is terrific.
Yes.
Every competition, like Ukraine used to be the biggest name. We beated Ukraine.
Yes.
Okay.
So the new system is, honestly puts whoever better on the top.
Yes.
Hannah?
It's just very unpredictable to see who's gonna win, and it's very entertaining also because you don't know who's gonna win
Challenging.
this time.
Yeah.
So it's
And it's like other sports.
It's
like,
exciting.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
like other sports. We can't know like football and basketball. It's like it's every
can't
time.
tell.
Yes, we can tell.
This was my coming question, by the way. Do you follow any other sport or you just focus on swimming or artistic swimming?
There is no time for any other sport.
I mean, sometimes you would find your life coach asking you just go out of it for a while. Just think about anything else to be able to return back to your previous way of focusing or concentrating on what you're doing.
I got your point, but
Yeah.
in our sport, go out, sleep for a while, and come back
Come
for the
back.
training.
By the way, about their nutrition, this is also a very
Yeah.
difficult task. Who is responsible for that?
Would you have?
I'm going to ask you between you and me about chocolate. Chocolate in specific. What to do with chocolate?
Honestly, we take care of their nutrition when they were younger. Now they are on the system, and they do take care about
Their weight.
nutrition. Yeah.
And what about doping issue?
Ah, that's a big issue now. We do not take any kind of.
No, but you know, sometimes there are substances which are not permitted.
They know about it. They took.
Yeah, this is
more-
it. I
yeah,
mean,
they-
to know more about.
Yeah, they took sessions.
Yeah.
Federation offers session about the doping. It was obligatory before traveling. They know what they should take and what they should not take.
And I think our NADO
Yeah.
is doing a good job.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, great. And after this competition, because we are on the top 10, they took one of our swimmers, one of our best swimmers,
Yeah.
to the doping control right after the team.
And because of this, I'm asking
Yeah.
because maybe, God forbids, any of our players is suffering any
Like other,
disease,
yeah.
and to have suffering thyroid, for
Yeah,
example,
we
and
told them.
eltroxin. This is
Yeah,
something
you're right.
which can be positive. At the time they are not doing anything wrong.
Well,
How we can prevent this from happening?
We told them what to take and what not to take, and to tell if anything have been taken before the competition to be written even if it's for headache or anything or stomach ache, they wrote everything if they have been taken to the doping. Like Laila has been taken to the doping control, and she said that I took this vitamin and took that vitamin, and thank God everybody is good. We don't give any.
I have only 30 seconds for each. Dreams for Paris 2024.
to get a medal.
Dreams for Paris 2024.
Of course, the biggest dream is to get a medal and just score as high as possible.
Yeah.
To make a better ranking and medal.
Of
You will.
course.
Yes.
Promise.
Yes.
I was really honored to have the wonderful ladies here, and I promise that inshallah we are going to follow minute by minute all their achievements, and inshallah we are going to have them again with more medals, whether from Arab, African, continental, world, or inshallah Olympic events. This was our episode of today. We were very much delighted and honored to have Iman Aram, the head of the technical committee of the artistic swimming in our federation. Also, we had Hannah and Malak, our Olympic champions, to come, inshallah. By this, we come to the end of this episode with all my love. This was Nermeen Abdurrahman. See you next time, inshallah. Same time on Nile TV International in another episode of our program, Score Sheet.
Thank you.